Welcome students, today we are going to take the topic magnetic field due to a current carrying solenoid. In the last videos we have seen that whenever there is a current flowing around it, a magnetic field is developed. We have taken the example of straight current carrying conductor, we have taken the example of circular loop. Now how the magnetic field is produced around a solenoid. Now first we should know what is a solenoid. A coil of many circular turns of insulated copper wire wrapped closely in the shape of cylinder is called a solenoid. Now this is a cylindrical object. Let us take, if I took large number of insulated copper wire around it, large number of circular turns. See, large number of circular turns, insulated copper wire wrapped around a cylindrical object. This is known as solenoid. Okay, you might have done in the lower classes, when you are in the lower classes, you might have made an electromagnet by putting a wire on a nail. So that you have done, that is nothing but it is the same thing as solenoid. Now I have drawn the magnetic field around the solenoid. Now see, this, let's say consider this is a solenoid, this is a cylindrical object. Now the current enters in two ways. It can enter from the back side or it can enter from the front side. Now this will decide the direction of the magnetic field which is produced in the solenoid. If it enters from the back side, the current enters from the back side, as you can see I am putting it back side, and then it is rotated like this or turns made like this. If you see, it is clockwise. It is clockwise. So if the current is entering clockwise, again I will show you, this is coming from the back and like this. So when the current is entering clockwise, that side is considered as south pole, S. And you can see, we can learn it, we can do like this. This is clockwise, the direction is clockwise, and the letter which is showing, or you can say this, you can see this is denoting as S. So when the current enters clockwise, then that pole is known as south pole and the other pole will become north pole. And when the current is entering, if I reverse the direction of current, here the current is going from this side. So it is entering from the back side, that is shown by the dotted line, that is south pole. Now if I reverse the direction of current, and if the current flows from in this direction, and if the current enters anti-clockwise, we say anti-clockwise, then you can see the letter that we are using is, that is north. So when the current enters anti-clockwise, that direction is north, and when it is entering clockwise, then it is south. Now you can see the magnetic field inside the solenoid. These are parallel lines, all parallel lines. It is, so here the magnetic field is uniform, that is, it is same at all the points. And when it comes outside, it takes a turn, and it is just behave like a bar magnet. In the bar magnet, you might have seen the magnetic field line is also like this, and the direction of magnetic field line is from north to south. This is how the magnetic field is produced around a solenoid. Now let us discuss the magnitude of the magnetic field. Now on which factors the magnitude of the magnetic field depends. Now the first thing that we see is the magnitude of the magnetic field depends, that is magnetic field is denoted by the letter B. The magnitude of the magnetic field depends on the amount of current, is directly proportional to the amount of current. So if you increase the amount of current, then the magnetic field will also increase. The second factor on which it depends, this is the first factor. Second factors on which it depends, the number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. Now let us give an example. If in this cylindrical object, if I put an insulated copper wire, let's say if I takes 50 times, and in another case if I takes 100 times, so magnetic field will be more when I wrap it 100 times, because it depends on the number of turns. More the number of turns, more will be the magnetic field. Now the third factors on which it depends is the nature of material in which that we are putting here. For example, if I take the iron core, soft iron core, in the core, in this inside, if I take a plastic here and rotate it, and if I take a soft iron core inside this, if I take soft iron core, the magnetic field produced will be stronger. So this is third factor on which it depends. Now let us discuss about the electromagnet. In the lower classes, when you have made the electromagnet by coiling the insulated copper wire around a nail, and then you have seen that it attracts the small pieces of the iron particles towards it, that you have made electromagnet in the lower class. Now we'll discuss what is electromagnet. Electromagnet, a strong magnetic field produced inside the coil. This is a coil here, this is a solenoid here, and inside the coil a strong magnetic field is produced that can be used to magnetize a piece of magnetic material like soft iron. If you put a soft iron inside the coil, then it can be used to magnetize the soft iron, and the magnet so formed is called electromagnet. So this is electromagnet. Now let us compare the electromagnet with, that is the electromagnet with a permanent magnet. In the permanent magnet, the magnetic field is weak, but in the electromagnet the magnetic field is more. That means the strength of the electromagnet is more as compared to the permanent magnet. The poles of the permanent magnet is fixed, but here we can reverse the polarity of the magnet by changing the direction of current. So if we change the direction of current, then the polarity will decrease. And the permanent magnet, we cannot demagnetize permanent magnet, but here we can demagnetize it by switching off the current or stopping the current. These are the basic difference between the permanent and electromagnet. Now how to increase the strength of the electromagnet? The strength of the electromagnet depends on the three factors. The first factor is the amount of current. More the amount of current, more will be the magnetic field produced. The second is the number of turns per unit length. Number of turns, if we have more number of turns, then the electromagnet will have more strength. And third is the air gap between the two poles. If we use the bar magnet, the air gap between the two poles is more, so it will become a weak magnet. But if we take a U-shaped magnet in which the air gap is less, that will be behaving as a strong magnet. So in these factors, the strength of the electromagnet depends.